I have tried it before. The bike is amazing. It's just like, I don't play my settings like that. Move! Move!
Well,
What up in this John? It's your boy Ibskelso coming back with another MX Bikes banger. And before you guys adjust your phone brightness to change your monitor settings, yes, I am black and playing a dirt bike game. This is what 100 hours spent on one bike looks like, and I am the Husqvarna 250 for supercross. Yeah, I mean, I guess my best analogy is Avatar 2 or Avatar, you know, being able to gel with the dragon and the dragon to gel with you, and you want to fight and really like work with it. And you know, maybe the best analysis for, like, you know, IRL supercross or motocross, you know, those pro riders really they really get maybe 9 months or so to really, you know, work on the bike. Or Aaron Plessinger had just said that it took him 3 years to really fill out where he wanted to ride. Obviously this is a video game, and I feel like sticking on one bike for 100 hours is huge because there's so many bikes to choose from for you to ride through. But I felt like I gelled the most with the Husqvarna 250, and yeah, this is what 100 hours looks like with it. And yeah, man, I just kind of just built this freaking bike up from the ground up. I really just did not know what bike I wanted to use coming into Supercross. I went from the Kawasaki to the KTM to the TM, and I found that most thing I gelled with was the Husqvarna. Now, I've had time back in, you know, the olden days when I first started playing this game. Ooh! Whoopsie. I had time in the olden days to actually, you know, do motocross with it, but never really supercross things. That is unfortunate, man. W racecraft stuff going on right now. But yeah, I feel like I do have this bike set in for 100 hours. I do have it dialed into my liking, so I'm not mad with it. You know, here's to another 100 hours as time goes on, but I'm just gonna go through my progression. I'm gonna go through round 1, round 2, and round 3, and kind of just, you know, show what I feel like I feel most comfortable on, you know, being able to turn this bike how I want it, wield it how I want it. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it'd be a cool idea to do, like, you know, one bike for 100 hours, and then maybe we'll push again for either another bike for outdoors, maybe MXGP, and or, you know, stick with this for 200 hours if Supercross keeps going, because there's 17 rounds of Supercross, and you just never know, man. I might get tired, switch up to a different bike, feel something different, but I feel like I don't want to. So depending on how many hours goes by, it'd be crazy. And you know, it's hard enough. Dang it, I keep OJing. Oh, we're good. It's hard enough to get to 100 hours in this game in MX Bikes, you know. There's so much grind time, so much working on your settings, but for me to literally sit here for, you know, 100 hours and actually work this bike out to, oh no. Work this bike out to my liking, I gotta love it. Now, once again, disclaimer, I am an amateur. I am nowhere to a pro. So you're not gonna see any crazy pro riding from me, but I mean, I feel like I do have my stuff dialed in. I do have my amateur lines dialed in, and, you know, just working on the craft to get to pro. So I encourage anybody else out there who would like to take this idea and, you know, give it a go and see if you can honestly get to 100 hours and or 10 hours, see how your progress is when saying like, hey, this is my 10 hours spent on one bike, and seeing like how you're gelling with it to see yourself at 100 hours. I felt like I cheated a little bit. I felt like if I would have, you know, done this a little earlier, that would have been pretty sick, but I'm happy to know that I'm starting at 100 hours. I feel like 100-hour progression is actually better than 10 hours because you're not really with the bike. You're not one with the bike at 10 hours. You're maybe more one with the bike at 100 hours because you know how the bike's going to turn, you know how it's going to feel, you know how it's going to go through bumps, and that's my biggest thing. Honestly, you know, there's so much that happened with this bike. I think I've went through like 2 to 3 different people trying to give me setups for this bike, and I haven't found a better suspension setup other than, you know, Cloud suspension, and I got to give it to them. So shout out to Cloud, literally just tuning this bike to make me feel super comfortable on it from what I already felt before. I felt like I had a starter setup. And I had to shout out Dylan from Blazed MX for giving me that starter setup. And yeah, it just kind of went from there, man. It's just been building from the ground up, and I feel comfortable on it to where now it's just like, it's not the bike, it's just me, you know. What can I do to work on my own craft to get better, faster, you know? What lines can I be hitting and all that? So I push this bike every day, and we're gonna keep pushing it. So yeah, 100 hours, baby. I will say, I don't think I've gelled with any other bike lately in Supercross other than this. I think I was like, as a meme, I was saying, yo, the TM's like a dub, the TM's a dub, I'm gonna take it to the top, which I did vibe with the TM for a very long time, and I felt like I was actually going to, but man, it just wasn't giving me what I wanted in certain spots. You know, same thing with the Kawasaki. I think the Kawasaki was really good, had a lot of torque, a lot of power. But what it was lacking was whoop speed and being able to get through the whoops, and then also being able to get, speaking of the whoops, being able to get that pop, you know, being able to get that pop off the jumps is you know, huge. So like that right there, you wouldn't have seen that from the Kawasaki, you wouldn't have made it. So just simple things like that, to where it's like, I enjoy this bike, and maybe I could work on a little bit more of seat bouncing, working on the craft. So we're gonna keep pushing. I am in second place. Shout out to Cloud. Actually, he is in first. That is my suspension sponsor. I believe he is riding the exact same bike, and yeah, he's definitely faster than me. But I'm happy to see my progress in it. Shout out to HSM, the homies. Thank you for coming up with just such a great Husqvarna 250 bike skin. I know they do. Team runs a lot of KTM, but I told him personally, I was like, you know, I really want something. Ooh, I'm gonna have to do this. Unfortunate. Sorry, I'll come back. Yes, send it. I told him I really wanted a Husqvarna, and they were able to pull through and deliver, so I appreciate that hugely. Shout out to Mince that you guys just saw, man. He's been here since I had like maybe 30 subs on YouTube, so always a good friend. Glad to see it. I just hit up in my Discord. I was like, hey man, if you guys want to be in tomorrow's video, come through. We're gonna be riding a little bit, and glad to see the day ones really still pull through and just be around lurking, so it's really cool. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like out of all bikes so far for the 250s, this Husqvarna like is the most nimble and turns the best. I feel like I have no problem with turning. As the homie goes down right over his hizzy. But yeah, turning on a dime is really cool. I think it soaks up a lot of bumps, so I recommend a lot of you guys to give this bike a go. I know, you know, that KTM's just wonders for everybody, so I know it's hard to fight people off on that, especially when you see a lot of pros riding it, and it's like, man, I want to be the pro, I want to be the pro. Man, just try to be yourself, man. Try to be yourself. Like, I think a lot of people get misconstrued when they're trying to hit pro lines, when it's just like, you know, like, that's the whole reason they're hitting pro lines, because they can, you know, they're at that ability, they're at that stage to do it. Work on your own racecraft lines. So, and the Husqvarna taught me really quick and really well is that you don't need to hit every big line to be fast. I never hit any crazy big lines with this bike. I rely on how like nimble and how quick and like cutting edge this bike is. Like, this thing can break wind basically, you know, scrubbing. And I think round 2, which will be headed here soon, San Francisco, dude, like, man, I didn't hit not one triple until it was like that one last backside triple. You guys will see it here soon, but I just scrubbed everything, dude, super hard. That's what this bike really showed me. It was just like, dude, you can do it all, like, and then some. So I respected it. Ooh, almost went down right there. I was looking at timing gates. Do I have cuts? Oh no, he did go down. But, you know, last lap cheese is in effect. Things happen on last lap cheese. Looks like homie's gonna try to get in the way just a bit. Probably not. Easy peasy. Probably went over to Sandburn, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's round 1 in the books. Yeah, let's go to round 2. Takes it home for the one time. What up in this job? All right, so we're here at round 2, San Francisco, and I think something I forgot to mention. Yeah, I ran a 106.3, and then I made it all the way to the main, and I was able to get P11. So as you can see, that track had no ruts. That was just his first track by Stone Rider. So, you know, I really was testing the waters to see how the bike was just gonna do. But round 2 is where we actually had pre-made ruts, and I really wanted to see where my own progress of my settings and actually how my bike handled for that. And this is what we're gonna get into right now. I personally will say it's been a dub. It's been really great, and yeah, I qualified for this one too. I ran a 103.071. I was actually top of qualify. I was actually the top to qualify. Almost got kicked out to where they said you were about to have to run pros because I think cutoff was close to that. But I think, you know, being able to run a fast lap doesn't really count to like how consistent you are. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents to it. Please, yes. Yeah, with that being, oh, come on, dude. Why are you going straight? Go left, bro. Holy cow. All right, let me just relax for a second. Hold on. Guy's going like literally to the corner when you should be turning left. There we go. I'm just going to take that. Back on my train of thought. Yeah. So I was actually won the heat race. I was in heat 2. I actually won the heat race. And then from there, I made it to the main. And I was able to get P6. So actually, I gelled really well with the Husqvarna and this track. So it kind of was only making me more surprised with this bike. Now, I know you're probably gonna call me a no life, but yes, I have, in the span of 3 weeks, I have hit over 100 hours just on using this bike. So yeah, with that being said, like I put a lot of hours in this bike in a short amount of time and really trying to perfect it. But hey, I wanted to grind, I wanted to get better, and I really wanted a bike to where it's like, you know what, like I don't have to worry about being indecisive to where there's like, yo, is this the bike for me or not, you know? So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I put a lot of time in. I was able to connect in ruts, a lot of, you know, seat bounces, a lot of things were happening for me, you know. Bike feels so great for me, and yeah, I was able to hit a P6 for the main. Now I probably could have got a top 5. I ended up getting last lap cheese, and I messed up tremendously. But that was on my own account, so it was just something I had to figure out. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I was happy with it. I was like, dude, like if I was able to shave from, you know, P11, you know, round 1 and go down to P6, it means that, like, you know, I'm gelling with this bike and I'm gelling with everything that's going on and I'm getting better. So why not fix, you know, why fix something that's not broken? So, but other than that, so far it says that I'm in first place. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if I got cuts or I'm actually up here. I feel like this guy's got cuts. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. It says I'm in first place, but then also I don't see nobody else in front, so actually I might be up here and pass through everybody. But yeah, okay, I guess we'll go with it. I don't know, yeah, I really don't know if I got any bad cuts. I don't know why I can't get over that right now. But we'll double. But what I was speaking on in the first one is that I was actually doubling, you know, scrubbing onto this table, doubling again, and then I triple out. That's what I was doing inside the race. Just scrubbing everything, and it actually was helping me out a lot. Now there was some triples I probably could have gained to get faster and all that. Just at the time, like I said, I was still testing the bike. I was still making sure that the bike was viable, and I found out that it was. You know, I found out later as I went back to this track, I was actually able to hit all that. I just didn't. Those are my race lines already, and I'm like a huge advocate of, like, you know, if that's what I'm going to use in my race lines, I'm not going to try anything new because it's just going to mess me up because I didn't practice for it. Oh man, I hit the tough block just a bit. So yeah, then I started experimenting after, and I found that I could triple in some spots over the table and all that, and it helped out my game tremendously. But so far we are in first place. I think Cloud did leave. It's probably definitely going to be a run for my money, man. He's a really fast guy, but passed a couple. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, I was sitting down too early, and I wasn't getting the seat bounce. Now a good line here would be over this one too, and then you would triple and then triple out, but I didn't get the back wheel down in time. So that right there is just rider error, not the bike, you know. It's just me like working on when I scrub, when I seat bounce and all that jazz. But man, I hope you guys really enjoy like this video. I really feel like I'm kind of almost beating a dead, you know, beating a horse, you know, beat a dead, I don't know, that saying, beating a horse to the ground or whatever. But I guess we'll focus on what my lines are and all that jazz. I like taking this outside. You can take the outside and or inside to hit it, you know, double, or you get the triple single and then connect into that rut. I think this bike really does gel with connecting in the ruts and being able to go through them. And I feel like I'd be riding a little bit better than what I think I would be right now, only because, you know, I'm talking. So I don't know, but yeah, I felt like everybody, even myself, I'm guilty for it, has been doing a lot of, you know, this is my progression in MX bikes for hours wise. How about the progression of a freaking bike, you know? Like, do you gel on this bike? Like, let me see you do it on a bike. and I felt like this is a really good opportunity, and I hope a lot of people take up on this and possibly show like, yeah, like this is how comfortable I feel on this bike, you know? Because everybody's like, oh, this is the best setup, blah, 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 I feel comfortable. But it's like, do you really put that setup to good use and actually run it before you think, I am not really gelling with the bike, you know? Because the setup's fine, you know, the bike's fine. Yeah. San Francisco was a fun track, dude. San Francisco was a fun track for me. I feel like you guys are getting to that point where you know I'm like running out of things to like talk about. Oh, there we go. Too easy. Brought it right back up. IRL. Let's talk about IRL on this track. I really am not the biggest fan. Sorry, I don't know what happened. My face was itchy, but I'm not a huge fan of mutters at all, dude. And I'll keep that a $150. I think I watch Supercross because I want to see them scrub. I want to see them make cool passes, all that jazz. I think the mutters just, you know, result into like just I'm just watching people try to make it around the track. I like when they go for the jumps and all that. I mean, might be just my own personal opinion. Dang, I'm trying to do it again, but I couldn't get it. So yeah, San Francisco was all right. I really was wanting Aaron Plessinger. Now get this, bro. I was really wanting Aaron Plessinger to win that. I think his bike stalled out on him, so it was unfortunate events. But man, was I rooting for him. That would have been really cool. On top of that, when we got to, well, yeah, I guess I'll wait for round 3 when we actually get on round 3. But yeah, I know Chase Sexton had the greatest start of his life coming out of those blocks. I don't care what nobody says, man. He packed that gate, and he packed that gate good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put some really good dirt in there for him to get the greatest start, and he never looked back. Yeah, man, I don't know. And RJ Hampshire, dude, I think it just no matter what, dude, you can literally, like, hand that man the world, and he'll still find a way to fumble the bag, you know? It just sucks, man. It really does. It sucks seeing it happen to him because, like, I really have my money. Oh, Case of Rooney. I really have my money on him, and he just, I don't know, man. He just gets all the bad mamba jamba, you know? There we go, triple out. You see it? Y'all saw it. I saw it. And another thing with this bike, I think I was on the huge turn of, like, what gearing I really enjoyed and what rod length. I do run a 156 in the back, and the reason when I run a 156, rod length actually helps you with more torque to the back wheel. I don't know if you guys know that. And then I also was just trying to understand what gearing I wanted to do. A lot of people are telling me 1352, 1351. 1452 is just kind of where it's at for me. I like to stay in second gear. It's a lot of power in there, and the only time I like to go up in the third is when I'm through the whoops and or if I'm going for big sends or driving. So I think a second gear is all I need, but I don't know. That's just my own opinion. But yeah, let's go ahead and go to round 3. You know, round 2's in the books. Husqvarna's looking like a demon. We were able to get our freaking round 2 win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at round 3, the last of our, you know, of for now until round 4 of Anaheim 2 comes out, but we are at round 3, San Diego. And yeah, fortunately, amateurs, everything went down. MXB was broken that day. Probably got hacked. Geek Squad wasn't able to come out and help out. So yeah, nobody was able to race. I was actually kind of glad, man. I did not want to race this track in the rain. I felt like 250s were just so underpowered, and it's the point of it. I will put that on me. Like, I felt like I was complaining a lot to understand that, like, you know, this track 250s always get the bad run of the litter, so it's like, you know, you're not going to make anything. You might as well just single or double the whole time, which is okay. But I don't have the rain on, and I have it on dry, and we're just going to run it as it is. Shout out to Stone Rider for making this track. But yeah, IRL for this is what I really wanted to talk about. IRL, my last video before actual racing started, I made that video like 15 minutes before the gates were actually dropping. And I actually predicted that Aaron Plessinger was going to win. Like, I really wanted to win, and he did win. So that was really cool. It was a huge shout out to, you know, Nate Thrasher coming back. I was glad to see him kind of back in the prime after that, you know, that ACL tear, or I think it was ACL and knee surgery and all that. But Nate Thrasher went crazy. I'm happy for him and Aaron Plessinger, man. And then Anderson, dude. Anderson getting active with Jetty, huh? Oh, man, I gotta be honest, be careful in here. I think I'm just gonna wait till like the pack breaks up just a bit. See if we can hit this triple in still. We can. Get the triple out. Oh no. Dang. Let's go ahead and double. Too easy. Oh, put the headset back on. Sorry, I was talking with the homies, but I wasn't trying to listen out. But yeah, I was super excited that my prediction went right, man. I was drinking my Coronas, and I was awesome, dude. And man, RJ, bro, like, I'm a huge Husqvarna fan, and I'm a huge RJ fan right now. Like, I really want to see him do good. And, you know, Last Lap Cheese just got to that homie, man. Like, he be doing so good. And you, like I said, man, you can give that man the world. My bad. You can give that man the world, and he just can't. He can't finish, you know. Sorry, I had a low-key well, you know, I had to focus up for just a second, bro. There's like so many riders right here getting active with it. Let's go double over. Shout out to Ocean over there getting active on me. Let's go double. Jump over here. Oh, over jump. We get the grip. Yes, sir. Yeah, I really do enjoy this track when the rain's not on. I feel like, you know, the layout is so fun and really cool. I think it is confirmed that we are getting a dry track of this later after round 6, so that should be awesome. And hopefully redo the, you know, the track. But just back to Husqvarna though. I felt like I ran out a lot of things to talk about how good this bike is, but I'm just happy to be on this bike and actually found it. And we were able, like, me and it was able to synchronize and just gel together. It's always a dub when that happens, man. I really cannot complain. And so far, man, it's just that bike for me, dude. Oh yeah, baby. Hit that triple in. Oh, 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 oh. I love that I can keep up with 450s in here, man. That guy's screaming the KTM. Oh, there's no way I slid out right there. No, that was unfortunate. Sorry, we're gonna get back on it. That was unfortunate. I really don't have any bad complaints on this bike though. Like, there's nothing to where it's like I feel like the bike can do better, you know? Like, I really don't. Like, too much power, I gotta go early, buy first place. Oh no. See you later. I don't know if that's Stony or not. Let me know down in the comment section if that was actual Stone Rider. If that is, man, thanks for coming through. What was I finna say, dude? Man, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about the bike, man. It's just like too much power. This bike would be like messed up with physics-wise. So I think it just has perfect everything, and that's what you want in a bike. And I like the automatic, you know, shifting. Or not automatic shifting. I don't really use the the quick shift too much to my advantage because I automatically have automatic shifting on. But if I was to turn it off, I have tried it before. The bike is amazing. It's just like I don't play my settings like that. Move! Move! Had to unmute had to unmute real quick in Discord and just yell at him for a second. Oh man. All in all, dude, if it wasn't for the rain, I would really love to ride this track for sure. Or this track would have gelled so much better. I would have been super happy getting off work, being able to know that we could have qualified. But it's happy still able to get off work, run some streams, and actually still ride it. All the friends were like, yeah, dude, you gotta turn it on. You gotta turn the rain on. I'm like, dude, I hate that rain, bro. Ooh! Man, I'm super excited how MX bikes, you know, as things move on, and as, you know, I shouldn't say development, but as the game grows, like I don't really see too much development side. Developing barely just happened. We barely just got an update in the last like we barely just got an update, and it's been like 7 months since the last one. So shouldn't say developing wise is a huge up forward, but it is a start. I will say that, you know, the community does make this game go round, and being able to give out all these tracks and, you know, bikes and all that. So we gotta pay our respects to Himothy, you know. Pay our respects to Himothy and understand that, you know, the MX Bikes is going in a good direction. Maybe not the best direction always, but seeing the game grow is huge. I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section if there's like, this is something, I feel like this is so late into the video, but if you guys are still here, you know, let me know down in the comment section if there's another bike you'd want to see me get to 100 hours on, or do you think like this is just a W video to see like where am I going to be at in 200 hours with this bike? I think this is really cool just to see your progress from like, you know, literally 1 hour on the bike to now. And the best thing The best clip I could show you was literally me like actually qualifying for Anaheim 1. Oh man, OJ. That was like literally me be like, hey, I'm making the switch today. I'm making the switch today and we're going Husqvarna. And I did. I made the switch that day, you know? Ooh! So. Bam Bam being a W lapper right now. Now, usually Bam Bam's actually a hazard. He loves being a hazard to me. I told him today, hey man, I'm making a video. If you could possibly just, you know, let me record this video. Respect this blue flag real quick. That'd be, you know, much appreciated. I really do enjoy these lines. I don't know. A lot of people tell me that inside cutting down and doing a triple is actually faster, but I perfectly like my race lines, especially if I think I'm very, you know, consistent with them. There's no reason for me to change up on the team. And I heard that left side right there is way lower than the right side, so you want to take that table off to the left. No, not the slide out. Just a little bit of the little slipperiness. The little slipperiness like really messes you up, dude. Dang. Oh, Ocean goes down. No way. Wait a second. Is that a podium for your boy? Yo. That a podium for your boy? Yo, GG. Too easy, man. Hey, thank you guys for watching, man. This is, you know, my 1 hour to 100 hours of MX bikes. I mean, not MX bikes. Husqvarna 250. Hope you guys enjoyed the video idea. Hit that like button, subscribe button, and, you know, it's your boy Ibskelso. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.